Yeah, you a father.
First of all, I've been drinking. Second of all, I'm a father. Nah, but I'll be honest. I think affecting a child's hormones and doing a sex change before the age of 18 is a form of child abuse because that kid don't have that long vision. But
I think that kid gay for sure.
But if your kid thinks he's gay and your kid identifies as something else and he doesn't feel the way he feels, who gives a shit? Like, let him do what he wants. But if you're gonna go change his body in a way that if he wants to change his mind later he can't reverse, then you're doing a disservice. But if he wants to live his truth, fucking let him.
But did he ever say he was gonna do that, or did he just say
he
like?
He never said that.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
He never said he was chopping his dick off.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And like when I seen the Boosie video, I was like, "Yo, what this nigga talking about?" I don't remember him.
He just said
saying,
that
like,
he's identifying as a female. Like,
yeah,
I'm cool
because
with that.
he's calling her by the girl name.
As long as you don't chop his dick off.
And no, but that's a conversation that's being had.
Y'all niggas, that's
being had by people that's not him. Like, I've never heard him say it. So until I hear him say we're going about a sex change, I'm not even gonna talk like that's happening.
Right.
Because it's not happening.
I don't even think that's legally, like, you can't legally do it.
Like, no, the kid wants to get called Zaya, and he feels like a girl, and he's gay since he was a kid. Whatever.
Yeah,
who am I to tell you you're not?
I was watching clips when that kid was young. When Wade said he knew his son was gay at 3 years old, I felt him because I seen a video. That kid looked gay at 3.
You know, my whole thing is like, I come from that old school mentality. I used to be super religious, where it's like, you almost feel if someone is gay that they've been molested or something traumatic has happened to them to make them choose that. And that's such a
cop out.
That's such a fucked up way of looking at the world from a place of privilege because you're not them. To think, oh, the only reason you're the way you are is because you went through some trauma. That's a fucked up stereotype that you're saying from a place of privilege because you're not them.
Right.
How are you gonna say what they've been going through since a kid? If they're telling you, "Hey, I was born attracted to boys. I don't feel like a boy," what are you gonna say? Oh no. I know why you feel like that because you've been raped. That's fucked up.
Yo, both of y'all niggas is dads. Yeah. How you feel about that?
Bro, my kid is gay. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your son at 3, you know what I'm saying? This nigga,
but like,
all of a sudden drops the basketball. He's like, nah, I like this Barbie.
What am I gonna do?
My
views are take the Barbie out his hand though.
My views are give it time. My views are give it time.
I can take the Barbie out. All right, let's say I take the Barbie out of his hand, and 3 years go by. Now he's 6, and I start noticing more shit's happening. Then 3 years go by. He's 9. I start noticing more shit's happening. 3 years go by. He's 12. You know, eventually it's gonna get to the point where I have to give in and say, hey, no matter how much influence I give him as a parent, that's not changing his nature.
Yeah, as a father, does that shit even bother you though?
Bro, there's nature versus nurture. I mean,
does that bother you?
There's a part of us that think being gay is a choice, right? But if you go look at animals in the wild, it mirrors humanity. There's mad gay animals that are doing homosexual relationships that are just animals that have no logic and no reason to why they're doing it. They just do what they do. So it's like to say a human can't be born gay, but then you look at like seals and penguins and other animals that have gay relationships, it's ignorant. Because you're just using your emotions and your perception to determine somebody else's reality.
I'm saying you grew up on the church shit, right? Like, if your son came out like no homo, like if he came out gay and shit, would that shit like really bother you?
Well, then there can't be no homo. He's gay. It's all homo.
I'm saying would it bother you?
It wouldn't bother me because at the end of the day,
not one bit,
bro. I don't want my kid to kill himself. I don't want my kid to feel mad. Right. If my kid tells me, "Hey, Dad, listen." I know you've probably noticed a few things about me, or even if you didn't, I've been hiding who I am from you. I don't want my kid to hide who he is, bro.
Right, that's what it really comes down to.
And you're just,
I don't give a fuck what you want to do.
You're just a parent, man. You have zero to do with what turns them on sexually.
Exactly. What about you? You got a daughter, nigga.
Bro, like, that's ego, pride.
If your daughter like girls, what that's
I'm not gonna be able to have a say so in what turns on my kid sexually.
But I'm saying
I'm just here to give love to my kid.
What affects my kid sexually,
and that's it,
has nothing to do with my relationship with
they're
my
gonna
kid.
Have their own journey. They're gonna walk and learn their own lessons.
Mm-hmm.
That has nothing to do with my lessons.
My
lessons are just to give them love.
When you don't have a kid, you have an idea of what it's like to have a kid, and you think that you're involved in every area of their life. When you actually have a kid, you realize there's a folder for you. And that is, give this motherfucker everything. All your love, every resource you have, give that to the kid. Whatever that kid chooses to do with any of that, that's their choice. That's a result of your love. That's the environment I gave you to be as free as you can be. If you're gay, who the fuck cares? That don't affect me. I'm not getting fucked. Like, that shit has nothing to do with me. If you love me, if I'm your dad, if every day you go out and you love me the same as I love you, then I did my job. Because all I want from you is love. I don't want your wife. I don't want your job.
You gotta
I don't
embrace.
want your money.
You gotta
I just want
embrace
you to
your
love
kid
me.
in every way possible, every way, shape,
That's
or
it.
form.
Right.
Embrace
Be happy.
them,
Because-
love them, and that's it.
Because if you don't,
Let them make the decisions.
If you don't-
you steer them in a way where you give them options. You let them know the playing field, but it always has to be based off of love,
right?
That's a fact.
not control. Not you trying to live your life through them. None of that. They have their own journey. They were put here on this earth to live their journey.
Just think about how much opportunity and how many things you didn't jump at or take grasp of because you were afraid of your parents'
Right.
acceptance.
And that's what that's the main thing. Like the minute you start prohibiting them, or like let's just say like for Dwayne Wade, for example, the minute he starts getting involved in like in a negative way of his son's life or his daughter's life, Zaya will begin to start doing this shit in secret instead of like out in the open where Dwayne Wade can monitor his child. Yeah. So like now there's secrets in the household that he doesn't know about because he showed his child
And now
that he doesn't want to be involved with that anymore.
You lost a part of your relationship with your kid because
Exactly.
now they hide that from you.
And now now the shit you were aware of is no longer, you don't know what the fuck is going on anymore because
Man, that shit brings something even deeper, nigga. I feel like I've been hiding that I smoke weed from my dad for the long.
There's a bunch of shit like.
But yeah, exactly.
Like, even shit like that though, like
Right.
you would stop talking to your parents over that. Like you'll
Exactly.
come home.
I go through that.
shit.
I went through that whole same thing.
You
with
feel
my parents.
ashamed and shit,
I
like
smoke
y'all
weed.
smoking weed. and
exactly.
shit, like,
all because
I
you
can
don't
only
know how they're
imagine
gonna
what this
react.
Gay nigga going through.
I go
That's just
through.
fucked up.
Imagine if I stopped being religious as much as my parents. For me to tell my parents that I wasn't as religious or I didn't feel the same way that they felt about the faith was a huge thing. My parents almost wanted to disown me over something.
Yo,
I
that's
feel you.
big.
Yo, I feel you
Imagine
on that,
telling
bro.
your parents that you're gay. It's like, I can't change this about myself. Now, my parents might want to say, oh, you know, you don't believe in God as a phase. Whether it is or it isn't, it's a choice.
Right.
I can't choose whether I'm gay or not. So to suppress one of the biggest things about my identity from my parents, that's every day I'm lying. I'm hiding who I am. That's a horrible way to live, and I don't think any kid should live like that in an era, in a generation where we're
Big
at.
facts,
big
Yo,
facts.
you know what's funny about
live your
religion
life.
though? Yeah, you like I don't know, like your mom's real religious, right? Like let's say like I don't know anybody in your family was gay. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't like feel a type of way.
My mom's
even though
sister's gay. My dad's
Exactly.
brother's gay.
So how does that work? Like everyone's
I don't want to get too into religion, but at the end of the day, bro, we cherry pick our own morality.
Yeah.
We choose what we think feels good, and we'll conform God to that. We'll conform law to that. We'll conform anything to what we choose as morality, and that's just what it is. I mean, if you don't have no one gay in your family, it's way easier to say being gay is evil. But when you have someone gay in your family, all of a sudden it's all about the heart. It's all about love. So what you realize is you just don't want no one close to you suffering, bro. It don't matter if they're gay or not. You just want people to live their truth and be as happy as possible and live a full life.
Live your truth,
And that's
live
it.
your life, live your journey, live happy. That's it.
That's it.
And let's get off that touchy subject, man, because we're getting to the last point of the podcast, the
That
last
was-
segment.
That was A+ content though.
Yeah, shout out to that, man. Shout out to all the gays, man, living free.